Hey, what's going on YouTube? Alabama Reloader here. So yeah, that's what you hear in the background. He's chewing on a spear box. So me and my brother went to the range yesterday. Went to Swan Creek. It's a local range close by. They opened it back up. You know, the whole shelter in place. The governor lifted all that. Now it's safer at home type deal where they encourage you to still stay home, but they're opening up businesses and everything. He's excited. And they opened up the gun range that's close by. So me and my brother went there, and you guys have seen this target before. I just kind of want to go back over this target, use it as a point of reference. Okay, so if we'll remember, what I loaded for that round was this guy right here in the 6.5 Creedmoor, the 160 grain interlock, the round nose. But that's super, look at that super awesome ballistic coefficient of 283. The G12, that's not even the G7. Man. Yeah, so loaded those up. I thought it was interesting. Since Hornady had load data for it, I wanted to try those. When I first got the Creedmoor, and those were actually the first 50 shots that I fired in it. I had started at 40.6, which is the max, and then worked backwards in 0.2 of a grain increment. So with H4350, and so that's what this target represents. This will be your max charge, and of course it's jacked up because I shot it on this side over here and kind of had some bullets come through, but pretty much so I had 10 5-shot groups, but this was a really good group. It was around a 1/2 inch. This one's really good. That one opened up a little bit, but you can see pretty good performance. There's another 5 shots. So, and then it opened up a little more on the bottom end, but you know, as it got closer to the tops, I'd be 40.6 and 40.4 grains of H4350. I mean, it performed really, really well. And so I shot 50 of those. Well, I had 50 left because they come in a box of 100. And so I just wanted to, you know, load some more up and see, okay, was that a fluke? You know, will I see the same performance, you know, if I do a verification load? So went to the range yesterday, and these are the groups that was put up by the 160 grain round nose interlock. So, so I shot 3 5-shot groups, 40.4 grains, 40.5, and 40.6. So that's our max charge there, and I just dropped 1/10 of a grain. You know, I only have 50 pieces of 6.5 Creedmoor brass Starline. And I was wanting to load up, 15 shots with the round nose, 15 with the 139 grain, the Lapua OTM, the open tip match CNRs, and then 15 with the 143 grain Hornady ELDX. So that's basically what I did there. So I only had 15 to work with. But yeah, look at those groups. 2 groups out of the 3 come in under a 1/2 inch, and the one right there in the middle opened way up to 0.876. So I was being sarcastic. So still well under 1 inch. That was our worst group out of the 3. 2 under a 1/2 inch. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, you've got a target here, and I don't have the group sizes written down, but I mean, go back and watch my initial, or my previous load development or load results with this round. I was just extremely surprised and pleased with the way this projectile shot, and it's just carried over into the latest range trip. And so, I mean, I couldn't be happier. It's, like I said, now I'm down to, I think, what, 35 of these guys left. So now the plan, and I load them at, so the specs on it I was able to get some data, some velocity data. We're actually coming in around 100 feet per second slower than what the manual says. Okay, the manual, you know, they go up 2,500 feet per second there with the 40.6 grain charge. With the chronograph, I was showing anywhere from 2388 to like 2430 out of my 3 groups. That's the average velocity. So we're lagging behind, not too bad, but we're lagging behind a little bit on velocity against the manual. But again, when I'm shooting less than half-inch groups at 100 yards, I'll take that all day long. So if we can hover around 2,400 feet per second and, yeah, take this into the deer woods. I mean, again, I say this, I don't know how many times, the distances that I'll be shooting, it's not extreme. So, drinking my coffee. Should be good to go with that round as a hunting round. So I plan on maybe, since I have 35, possibly load up 10 more, go out, shoot a 10-shot group with them, and get velocity data for all 10, and then call it a day. I've got 25 that I can load up to hunt with. I'll load those 25 and stick them in an ammo box somewhere, and when it comes hunting season, I'll just take them out and see how they perform. I mean, they have unbelievable sectional density numbers for a 6.5 projectile. I mean, I think it's like 328 is the sectional density on this guy. It's just a monster when it comes to sectional density. So should do really well on some deer, hogs, that type of stuff. He's got 2 boxes down there, so he can't figure out which one to chew. He's trying to chew both at the same time. So yeah, so there you go. If you haven't tried these in your 6.5 Creedmoor, and this is, so I shoot the Savage 110 Tactical is the 6.5 Creedmoor that I own. So if you haven't given these a try, I would just suggest that maybe you do. Just, you know, see how they perform in your rifle. I was extremely surprised. These are the 139s that I shot also. These are pretty sweet. These shot really well. And then the ELDXs, I mean, those shot well too. So it's, out of these 3 right here, I mean, you're gonna be hard pressed to find a bad group out of this latest range trip. So, but really good results for the 160s. He's trying to get both of them. But I loaded these to 2.750. So 2.750 on the overall length. And then, again, just load basically max with H4350 and Starline brass. And that's I think I'm on like my 5th firing of that brass. So, and it's still holding up well. And it's the small rifle primer brass. So I'm using Federal Gold Medal Match small rifle primers. So there you go. I've had great luck with this round so far. Give it a try if you haven't. And that's it. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I sure as heck enjoyed it. I mean, me and my brother, we were at the range. I think we ended up being at the range for, oh man, it was I think it was like 3 hours, over 3 hours yesterday that we were shooting. So put a lot of rounds down range. And so I should have several more videos following this one. Some 338, some 308, you know, more 6.5 Creedmoor. So that's it. Hope you guys have a good one. Y'all stay safe, stay healthy. Make sure, so I picked up all the projectiles that you saw. I picked up over at Mr. Big Guns in Huntsville. So y'all just make sure you head over there. They've been open this whole time. They're an essential business, trust me. They'll do a great job at taking your money. Matt and those guys, they're wonderful to work with. So y'all just go over there, check them out if you haven't already. Great reloading selection, especially powder. They're getting in powder all the time. Getting in stuff like H1000, you know, all kinds of good stuff. They've got the 6.5 stay ball. Yeah, Varget. I mean, you need some powder, go check them out. They got some H4350 in not too long ago, and I was able to snag some more of that. So just go check them out. Stop by, see those guys. So that's it. Hope you all have a good one, and we'll catch you next time.